Good day, Father Matt Williams here in my parked car. I hope you're doing well. So we're continuing on. This is the third part of our series on what is truth. Do you see what I have in my hand? It's my Massachusetts driver's license. Why do we need a license to drive Massachusetts? The license is the recognition, the permission given by the state of Massachusetts to allow Father Matt Williams to drive his automobile on the roads in Massachusetts. And it's also recognized by the other states in the United States of America. A license is permission granted by an authority to do something. Okay? So I have a license that gives me permission to drive my car. Why is this important? Or just think of a plumber or an electrician, right? A contractor. They need a license that gives them authority from the state of Massachusetts, if we're in Massachusetts, that gives them permission, authority from the state government to be able to operate in their respective fields. It's basically saying that they've met all the standards, that they have the competencies to be able to perform this, and that they've been given permission to do something. A license. Why is this important? Do you ever notice that people use freedom as a license to do anything? They say, well, I'm free, I have my free will, I can do whatever I want. And so because of that freedom, they use that as a license, as permission, given by maybe God or given by society, or the norm society, to do whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want it. No one is really asking, what's the purpose of freedom? Why do we have freedom? Why is freedom something that is so valued for every person? The freedom to worship God, just to name one of them. Why is freedom so important? And why don't we ask, what's the purpose of freedom? Is freedom to do anything you want? Is it a license, permission, authority to do anything you want? Well, we would say no, because you can't kill anyone. If you kill someone, you'd go to jail or get the death penalty. You can't speed. If you speed, you'll get a ticket. And if you get enough of them, you could lose your driver's license. If you steal and you get caught, you could go to jail. So freedom, just by looking at the common laws of Massachusetts or the United States, freedom is not a license, permission that you can do anything. However, when it comes to morality, society says you have the license to do anything you want, as long as you don't break the law. They give you a license, if you will, permission. Society, the norms of society say that you have the authority, you have permission to do whatever you want. Your freedom is a license, a permission to do whatever you want. And I want to ask the question, well, who says that's true? Where does our freedom come from ultimately? And why do we have freedom? What is freedom for? And I'm going to say that our freedom is God-given. Every human person born into this world is given freedom. God gives us free will to choose good or to choose evil. But if we poke at it a little bit more deeply, why does God give us freedom? Did God ultimately give Father Matt Williams freedom so that Father Matt Williams could do evil in this world? Did God give you freedom so that you could do evil in this world? Well, that doesn't make sense. If God is love, why would God ultimately give us the freedom to do evil? Now, he wants us to be able to choose whether to love him or not. Yes, but did God really give Adam and Eve freedom to do evil? Did he really want them to do evil when he gave them freedom? I would say no, and so does the church. Why does God give us freedom? God gives us freedom so that you and I could not be limited in the ways that we creatively love God and other and ourselves. I argue, and the church would argue, that love, and Jesus Christ would argue, that freedom is for love. Love, love. We've been given the gift of freedom, not for selfishness, not as a license or permission to do whatever I want for my own selfishness, but rather we've been given freedom so that we could love God, others, and self. And we would know no limits to the ways that we can creatively love each other. St. Peter says, live as free men, but do not use your freedom as a cloak for vice. Do not use your freedom for evil purposes, but your freedom is for love. Your freedom is for love. More later. God bless you.